Welcome to Rabbit Creations, a channel where I create digital art. Today we launched the second episode of Naruto's casting in real life, where I take real life stars and turn them into characters from Naruto. Last week I released this episode where I turned in Somerhalder into Itachi Uchiha. If you have not checked it out already, I will leave a link down in the description. But the problem with that edit was that it was not very good. It wasn't as realistic as I wanted it to be. Today I intend on stepping up the game so much more that you guys are just not ready for this one. Last week I posted this poll on Reddit asking you guys which one of my top 3 transformations you would prefer, and Rock Lee won by far. So today I will be taking Bruce Lee and turning him into Rock Lee. In this video I will also state a few facts about Rock Lee that you did not know, and I would really like you guys to go down in the comment section and comment which one impressed you the most. If you guys have any other facts that I may not have mentioned in this video, feel free to comment those down below as well. Now without wasting any more time, let's get rabid. Now that we have Photoshop opened up, this is the picture that we're going to be transforming into Rock Lee. I know it doesn't look like much, but it was insanely difficult to find. I found it harder to find this asset than it was to get my first 7 subscribers on YouTube. So we're gonna have to make do with this one. Now the first thing you want to do whenever editing anything is you want to cut out your subject, because it gives you much more flexibility to do anything you want with it. Now with this piece in particular, I wasn't too happy with the way his head looked, so I went ahead and found another head and tried to put that one onto this one. Now that we had our character all put together, the next step was to create that facial resemblance. To do this, I first had to start by removing that shadow on his neck that doesn't quite fit in. I did this by using the clone stamp tool to fill in the rest of that shadow with skin. Next, I used the clone stamp tool to bring down his hair onto his forehead to give him more of that Rock Lee hairstyle look. Thirdly, I used a fur brush to increase the thickness of his eyebrows, because what is Rock Lee without his bushy brows, right? And lastly, I gave him white eyes, and the reason for this is because I'm going for that 8 gates look, and if you don't know what that is, you're about to find out. Now the reason that this was so simple to do is because, did you know that the character Rock Lee from the Naruto anime is actually based on Bruce Lee? I know, right? Now that we have Bruce Lee looking exactly like Rock Lee, the next step is a wardrobe update. Now, here's a little fun fact. Did you know that Rock Lee's outfit is actually based on this very suit that I'm using in my edit? Just for that sake, I decided to keep this suit and just use a hue and saturation layer to change the color from yellow to green. Next up, I wanted to add all of Rock Lee's accessories. That included the Hidden Leaf Village band around his waist, as well as the bag around his thigh and the bandages on his hands. How I did this was I used the animated versions of these and just added shadows and highlights to make it a bit more realistic. By the way, that reminds me, did you know that the injuries sustained by Rock Lee after his fight with Gaara is actually based on those that were sustained by Bruce Lee during one of his training sessions? Again, wow. All we have to do now is create his levitating hair effect that Rock Lee possesses once he enters 8 gates form. Also, I decided to add the shinobi jacket on and to create that exact same levitating effect for the jacket as well. After this, the last step that we have left to do is create the environment, and I'm going to do that segment of this video in the form of a speed art segment. So sit back, relax and enjoy. See you at the end. There you have it. This is what I think Bruce Lee would look like if he was cast as Rock Lee. Was that worth a subscribe? Let me know. Peace.